Hey guys, welcome to the Block Thrasher Daily Morning Crypto Update, where we are shattering the complexities of crypto with news, commentary, analysis, and education. It's March 16th, 2021, and we're going to just jump right into the market and see what's happening with cryptocurrency spot prices. Now, we started out the morning when I first took a look with everything sort of just holding steady. The market was on a pause or even in the red. However, we're starting to see a bit of a turnaround here. This is good. Currently, Bitcoin is $55,000, 332 very little change. Ethereum, $1,784, up 1.62%. Binance coin is $254, just slightly up, 0.95%. Cardano is $1.04, up 2.57%. Polkadot, $33.96, down a bit. XRP is up 11.49% at 48 cents. Uniswap, $29, down 3%. Litecoin, 200, just slightly down, 0.96%. Chainlink, 27.59. That's up 0.77%. So as you can see, the top 10 are just holding steady for the most part on pause, except for XRP, which is sort of the outlier at the moment, and Cardano, which is up 2%. Let's see if there's any significant movement in the top 20, however, though. Yes, Stellar is up 4.68% at 39 cents. Terra Luna's tearing it up 24% at $18.94. Doge is up slightly, 2.96%. 0.057. We've really seen very little, if any, movement in Doge, though, for a number of weeks now, just stuck right below 6 cents. Theta has been killing it of late. Theta is up 9.42%, and we have a news story item today with Theta. Theta Labs has been granted its second U.S. patent for an ultra-high transaction throughput micropayments system to support decentralized video and data delivery. Theta, definitely one to watch. We did a coin highlight on Theta just the other day. It is currently $7.28. VeChain is also up a bit, 4.68% at 0.07632 cents. There's some others as well. Crypto.com is doing well at the moment, rising up 10%. So we see some of the lower cap altcoins, Cosmos being another one, up 11.44% to 2084. So some of the and Avalanche is up 5.83% at 2961. So some of the lower cap altcoins are actually seeing some nice gains currently. A little bit of a pump. We'll see what happens the rest of the day. All right, moving on to our word of the day. Haimish, H-A-I-M-I-S-H. That's H-A-I-M-I-S-H. Haimish. It means homey, cozy, and unpretentious. Here's a good example. Here, the antique and modern furniture you see spotlighted in pricey Manhattan store windows doesn't look special. It just looks right and comfortable, not to mention somehow new when combined this way. Call it Haimish, modern. Here's another example. It's irresistibly Haimish, with exposed brick walls and behind the oak and tile bar, an 18th century map of Rome. Everybody knows. Everybody, by sight or by name, diners, waiters, staff. So Haimish, the word of the day, H-A-I-M-I-S-H. This is kind of funny. As we've mentioned before on the podcast YouTube channel, NVIDIA recently made a change to their RTX 3060 GPUs in an effort to prevent Ethereum miners from mining Ethereum. However, someone hacked it relatively quickly, but even more comically, Ether mining was accidentally unlocked on the RTX 3060 by NVIDIA's own update. Now that's kind of funny, don't you think? All right, moving forward. The next couple of stories sort of illustrate the trouble that Ethereum is in. I did not go looking for stories to illustrate this. It's just that every day there's more and more evidence that this is the case. And here's an example. Sushi Swap, which is now the largest decentralized exchange on the Ethereum platform by liquidity volume, is adopting Avalanche. Sushi Swap, the largest automated making AMM decentralized exchange DEX by total value locked, today announced it has expanded to Avalanche, offering users another high-quality trading venue in Avalanche's decentralized finance DeFi ecosystem. Users can perform core swaps as they do with Sushi Swap on Ethereum, but with lower fees and faster transaction finality. Since the launch of the Avalanche Ethereum Bridge, AEB, on February 8th, 2021, smart contract activity on Avalanche has boomed, with transactions increasing by 1,051% to over 626,000 and unique wallets increasing by 1,750. Some of the numbers. Okay, so here's the takeaway. Sushi Swap is smart. Sushi Swap is doing things right. Avalanche is not the only platform that they're working with. We're seeing Sushi Swap move in a direction to become blockchain or platform agnostic, and that is going to be good. I will keep my eye on Sushi Swap. Uniswap needs to do this as well, and this is also good for Avalanche. The only one that this really is not a good thing for is obviously Ethereum. Another example. Recently, Charles Hoskinson stated that there are 100 tokens that are planning on or in the works of looking at moving to Cardano. Now, I don't think that he would lie about that, so that is a very curious and interesting thing. Here's an example of that. Cardano blockchain to host digital healthcare platform. So digital healthcare platform Ask the Doctor is switching their Ask token from Ethereum to Cardano due to high gas fees. The Ask token enables people to earn crypto while learning about healthcare. Ask the Doctor co-founder Prakash Chand is also a managing partner with FD7 Ventures, recently acquired $380 million in Cardano. Oh, so that's interesting. So there's a bit of a connection there. Yeah, we saw that recently. That was in the news. That FD7 Ventures basically sold, it was a large amount of Bitcoin. I don't recall the exact number, but it was millions of dollars worth to put it into Cardano and into Polkadot. And so that connection makes sense. Anyway, just another example. Obviously, we know that AGI Singularity.net is another one, and there have been others. We're going to see what happens with that and keep an eye on that. All right, moving on to the next story. Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is in the news because he's made some statements about what is happening within the United States and its regulatory environment and government environment. He's saying, quote, inhospitable to capitalism. U.S. can target those ditching dollar for Bitcoin. Investors should reduce dollar exposure, according to Dalio. And MicroStrategy's Saylor, of course, describes Bitcoin as the obvious solution. The United States and other countries could impose prohibitions on Bitcoin as part of, quote, according to Dalio, shocking tax changes. Investor Ray Dalio has warned in his latest article on LinkedIn. Dalio, a recent convert to Bitcoin as an investment opportunity, laid out a stark future for U.S. investors. Dalio said, prepare for shocking tax changes. With the onset of the coronavirus pandemic, bonds have become all but redundant for preserving wealth. In an attempt to claw back some of the huge amounts of debt created as its response, the U.S. government's plans to raise taxes and their impact could be much worse than many realize. This, Dalio thinks, will become a new, quote, paradigm. If history and logic are to be a guide, policymakers who are short of money will raise taxes and won't like these capital movements out of debt assets and into other storehold of wealth assets and other tax domains, as they could very well impose prohibitions against capital movements to other assets. Example, gold, Bitcoin, etc., and other locations, he summarized. These tax changes could be more shocking than expected. As a result, the environment for those with savings will end up feeling less attractive than ever. The United States is becoming, quote, inhospitable to capitalism, Dalio says. And to guard against the consequences, investors should embrace a well-diversified portfolio of non-debt and non-dollar assets, along with a short cash position. Yes, this could be one way, absolutely, that rather than outlawing, well, we're just going to increase the capital gains tax, the short-term capital gains tax from 30%, let's say it's going to be 75%, or something ridiculous like this, right? And then the long-term capital gains as well. Saylor, of course, Michael Saylor, one of the biggest, most vocal, and most articulate proponents of Bitcoin, said, however, that Bitcoin is the answer. He said, quote, I agree with Dalio that bonds no longer work as a treasury asset on Twitter. Quote, respectfully, Bitcoin is the obvious solution and much more practical than a well-diversified portfolio of non-debt and non-dollar assets in Asian emerging markets. Now, a lot of people don't realize that when it comes to capital controls, that the U.S. actually did outlaw gold in the 1930s and required that everyone who held gold deposit that gold, exchange that gold for US dollars. So this type of thing can happen. It's not outside the realm of possibility. So who you vote for matters. It matters in a number of ways. It matters in what type of taxes we're going to be paying as investors in the cryptocurrency space, and it matters in terms of our freedom to actually own those cryptocurrencies. Could make a huge, huge difference. And it's definitely not outside the realm of possibility that at some point in time it is either taxed to a point where small, average, little people cannot make profits, cannot see the incredible gains. I mean, many people have been drawn to the cryptocurrency space because they've seen life-changing amounts of returns, life-changing amounts of money as the whole space just explodes. But that could be completely eroded away with taxation, etc. Right? We know this. Anyway, moving on to the last story of the day, Signal. The very, very, very popular Signal text messaging application, which provides one of the best solutions for encrypted text messaging, providing you with privacy, is now accepting donations, cryptocurrency donations. You can see that within the app, and you can also see it here on the website that I'm displaying for those of you who are on video. They are using the giving block to do this. Now, one of the problems Signal has, and I didn't intend to go deep into this, but just real quickly to mention, if you're not using something like Signal, you should. Keep your text messages private. There's no reason to give that information away, either to your phone company, internet service provider, or anyone else. Now, when Signal was subpoenaed by the US government at one point in time for some information, they wanted to get the text messages of a couple of individuals who were suspected for terrorist activities or something to this effect, right? All Signal was able to give was the fact that these users were on the platform, I think what their phone number was, and the last time that they had used the system, or some metadata about how many times they used Signal for messaging. But they could not hand over any of the content of those messages because it is encrypted and they don't store the content of those messages. One of Signal's weak points currently is that their backend is run on Amazon Web Services, so that could be shut down. But that would just end the service and you wouldn't be able to message back and forth. We really do need some sort of decentralized system, text messaging, communication application like Signal that is encrypted as well, so that then it has the benefits of decentralization where it can't be shut down. That one vector point, as we saw with, I'm blanking on the name of the social media application that was shut down, Parler, because the Amazon Web Services were shut down. So, something like that could also happen with Signal. Anyway, if you're not on Signal, I highly recommend it. It's a great application. Get it. They are now also receiving donations in cryptocurrency. Just another sign that more and more, of adoption, as people will become aware, all those Signal users will become aware of this. Oh, I can donate and say thanks to Signal for creating a really great app in some cryptocurrency. All right, friends, that wraps up the daily morning update. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you just have a phenomenal day, and we will see you tomorrow. Love you all. Bye now.